Hi, if you watched my last video, you'll know my neighbor went in the hospital and his mother came up here and she's having to get rid of everything. Now, we are in talks to her about purchasing this Fleetwood bounder of his. He is not going to be using it. Um, so, she already said that we're going to end up getting it because, all the stuff she has to move already. And if she leaves it here, our landlord will charge rent on leaving it here. So, that's not a good situation. Um, if we get it, we will have to get rid of our camper trailer. If that happens, I will give our camper away. I will not sell it. I'll just give it away. It does need some work. Then again, so does this. I'm going to go over a couple things real quick of what works, what doesn't. This is a 1995 Fleetwood Bounder 35U, I believe. Now, all three batteries under the front there by the engine, the starter battery and both house batteries are completely shot. I'll go over why I think that happened. This stuff does have a generator. Now this has been on a battery charger. Today is, I believe, Wednesday. And it's been on a battery charger since either last Thursday night or last Friday. So it's been a pretty good long time. And the batteries are barely taking a charge. When I first came out to check this, each one of the batteries had less than a volt in it. I think I know what happened, and I'm going to go over that with you. But I did have to jump start this when I first started it. And like I say, once it starts, it'll run. But here's a couple of issues you're going to run into. If you have a RV like this, and you need to run your generator, there's two things you need to know. One, you have to be above a quarter tank of gas. Right? This has a safety shutoff in there. If it drops below a quarter tank, your generator will not run. Two, you have to have power in your batteries to get that generator to start, or you have to have the vehicle running to get enough amperage to get that generator to start. Alright, now I do have the keys. Let's start this up. Wrong keys. And I don't want to start this over again. Right, here's the keys. Now this is a Ford, on a Ford chassis. Here's the check engine light. Battery lights on. Of course, the batteries are low. Now this does have a whole lot of miles on it. 114,194.5. So basically almost 115,000 miles on this. Now the leveling jack system, it looks like it's just screwed up. I don't know. It looks like it's missing some stuff. It's banged up. I honestly don't care about that anyway. The air works up here. The radio doesn't work. The water tank down here switch is bad, or there's something wrong with the water tank system. Now the holding tanks, this has a quarter tank in the holding tanks and one and empty in the other, and I'm going to go over that and tell you what happened on this. Now LP, now battery condition is going to show 3/4 because the engine is running and it is on a battery charger. Now if I take that off, shut the vehicle off, and take the battery charger off, it'll be down, way down to E. Alright, let's let this run for a minute. Now I'm going to go over a couple things, something real quick. I don't know what the hell, why this keeps coming on. It does not work. I need to disconnect this. I really do. If you're looking for your fuses, there are two places that I know of that have fuses in a Fleetwood Bounder this year model, which is a 95, and it also has, I believe, the same setup in like 93 through 96, maybe even later, and maybe some earlier. Your first fuse box is under here. right there is your fuse box. If you didn't hear me, right there in that back corner is your fuse box. Now I'm going to start the generator up from in here. Now generator's going, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. Alright, let's go over a couple things. Now there's a lot of stuff in here that needs to be cleaned up. You know, all this stuff up here, all these boxes, this big ass speaker. It does have lots of storage space. Now I believe that up there is an antenna. Right there. All the lights in here do work with the exception of one light I found. I will have to replace the light. That's not a big deal since I have some extra lights like kind of like this up here. Let's just show it real quick. Now this has the oblong 3 windows behind the door. Here's stove and oven. Now I have not checked the gas yet, but I have checked electricity. There are a couple plugs in here that have to be replaced. There are a couple switches in here that I know have to be replaced. I did order switches. One of them I'm replacing is right here. This is your water pump switch. Now, what I think happened, I'm going to go into the batteries. What I think happened was he did not get the switch turned off. When I got this jump started for the first time, I heard something running and I couldn't figure out what it was. Now there was no water in the tank, but I discovered that the water pump was turned on. So I think what happened was there's a leak somewhere, and I actually found a hose that was disconnected. I already reconnected that, and I think any water that was in the tank just went gone, and he left this on. To get the water on, you have to push up. To get it off, you have to push up again. Now make sure your water pump is off. Remember, you have to push up on this switch. Not up and down, but up. To turn it on, you push up. To turn it down, to turn it off, excuse me, you push up again. Same as the water heater. Actually, this is a different switch, it looks like. That light came on for a second, then just shut off. This is up and down. This is up and up, which made no sense to me. I'm going to replace this switch with one that just goes up and down, so that mistake won't happen again. Alright, your other fuse box is with your breaker box. If you have a bounder like this, with the fridge, the 2 little closets here. If you look above your fridge, you'll see this. This is also where your main air conditioner switch is. It is right here. Now there are all kinds of different size fuses in here, but I don't know if these are right. There's 1, 2, 3 20s, a 3 amp, looks like another 320s, and 2 10 amps. This is also to turn on your air conditioner. Now it doesn't matter which way you turn this, to either front or rear, while you're on generator, and I'm going to show you how to work this. Let's just put this on front. Right there, it's on front. Now the air comes out from up here on the roof. The heat comes out from down here at the bottom against the floor. To turn your air on, turn that switch on, come over here to the thermostat, put it on cool. Now it's set for about 74, 75, 74, something like that. You go down to 70. It's like 90 degrees in here right now, so it came on immediately. Now this air conditioner is cool, but it is not super cold. So let's go to the back. The same way. Cool. And let's kick that down. Now this is extremely cold back here. It is really cold, and it will cool off in here quickly. Put that up so it doesn't come on again. Alright, let's start at the back. This has a TV in the back. It does work. There's no remote that I can find, and I have to figure out how to switch everything and set this up on this TV. That's an RCA. The bed does lift up. It lifts up, you know, this way, and there's storage under the bed. Right there's drawers. Dresser drawers on this side. Dresser drawers on this side. There's your cabinet space up here and right there. Now let's go into here. This floor thing is... Now, neither one of these doorknobs actually work. I will have to replace the one in the bedroom and the one in the bathroom. There's an electro outlet up here. I don't know if you can see it. Plus a coax setup. Now, none of the coax is hooked up correctly in the front of this. In fact, none of it's hooked up at all. So I'm going to have to take care of that. There's a small light in here. I will be replacing this most likely. And there's some exposed wires here. I don't know why he did this, but that I'm definitely going to have to fix. Another closet. Now this one's a little bit higher, I believe. Yeah, this closet goes, you know, shorter. This one's actually taller for longer clothes. Now this has one of these lights here. Much, much brighter. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to fix this. I don't know if you can see the exposed wiring. That's not good. But I'm going to have to fix that. There's two drawers up underneath here. This one I already know I'm going to have to fix. Probably this one too. No, that one works. But this one definitely I'm going to have to fix. As you can tell, I will have to fix that. Heat. Now, I believe this is the in for the air, for everything to work. And there's one over here in front of the shower. Let's get to the shower. Now, this is a shower with a mini tub. Plenty big enough for most people. Now, I do not have the water pump on, but there's a switch here. Now, I don't know if that actually stays on or not. I think it's just to push it. And once you let go of this, it shuts the pump down. So I don't know why they would have done that. I'm going to put a switch over here. It could be the switch is bad. In fact, I do believe that switch is bad. I did order 5 switches, so I'm good on that. Shower. Little mini bathtub there. It's actually a pretty decent size. Of course, light. Here's a vent. Now this bed does work, but the thing squalls and squeaks. So I'm going to have to replace the motor on that. Here's the toilet. Now with this toilet, the way they got it in here, it is a foot flush. If you're right-handed, you're going to be able to use this toilet without an issue because you have enough room over here to, you know, basically wipe. If you're left-handed though, you may have an issue. I mean, you probably could do it, but it's going to be a little difficult reaching around you because there's not much room between the wall and the side of the toilet. Over here, you know, there's a whole lot more space. Let's see if it's getting cool in here. Oh yeah, it's cooled down. Now there's plenty of cabinet space up here. There's table and chairs. This chair swivels. I don't know if it can be locked. I think it probably can be, but I could be wrong. And I'll have to look at this closer. The chairs are bolted to the floor. Looks like the table maybe bolted down. Alright, let's turn this off. It's actually starting to cool down in here some. Here's the fridge. Now I have checked the fridge on electricity, but not on propane. I have not checked anything with the LP yet, so I don't know what it's going to do on gas. But there is gas in the propane tank, so fridge does work. I've already checked this off the generator. Like I said, I haven't checked it on gas. This vent does work, but it's really disgusting. Alright, now to the sink. This has a double sink, which I really like. It does have enough counter space right here, or even on that side, to wash your dishes, rinse them, and put a dish drainer on either side. But this would have to be a very small dish drainer. Some of these plugs in here have resets. And if that goes out, then it will affect some of the other plugs, it looks like. More counter space, not counter, excuse me. I keep saying counter. Cabinet space. Up here, there's cabinet space. Here's your battery disconnects. I leave these on because I have a battery charger on here, and I want both the main and the auxiliary batteries to try to get some power. Here's a TV here. Like I say, this is not hooked up to anything, but it does work. This does have a universal dish network remote. I have no clue how to figure out how to set that up either, so I'll have to figure all that out. Okay, I believe this turns into a small bed. It looks like it, with the hinges here. Alright, I think I've covered just about everything on this. Once again, the lights, everything do work except for this one light right here on this side. And the light holder just is super loose. So I'll end up pulling this light down and putting a regular single light up here because I have an extra one of those. This has the front captain's chairs. Now my girlfriend, she wants her recliner in here. So we're gonna, once we get everything cleaned out, I get the title in my name. She wants it over here, which is gonna suck for me because she needs air on when she sleeps or something on her, and she steals the cover, so I'll sleep on the couch here. So that's really gonna suck for me, having her recliner in here. Or I just may sleep in her recliner, I don't know. Alright, let's turn the generator off. Then I'm gonna go over the outside. This generator has 600.9 tenths of an hour on it, so 601 hours. Now, I'm going to tell you why one of these holding tanks shows a quarter tank when I get outside. But first I want to show you a couple things. Here's some switches over here. Automatic steps. Here's some switches for the porch light, entry step, luggage light, and the ceiling lights in here. Now I have all these other lights turned off manually. I just have that one turned on. Now I did move this a little bit earlier. Now I'm going to go over everything from this all the way down. This is storage. Now here's my girlfriend's, one of her extra batteries for her car that came out of her car. And we're using this in case this thing will not start. Her other battery is over here. Right there. So if one won't do it, I can hook up two. Here is your water tank. Now you see the water tank is right there, literally full. It is completely full, but it's not reading. There's an electrical outlet. Here is the awning. It's a very big awning. I have now pulled this out. I don't know if it'll work or not. And in fact, I'm not even sure how to pull this out. I'm sure I'll figure it out. This should be the furnace. Right here. Right here is your propane tank. It's the second one from the end. And that tank looks like it's seen better days. I don't know if they'll even refill this tank up. It is rusted as it is over here. Now I am looking for something. So if you want one of these bounders, please help me out with this. And I'll let you know what that is. There's storage. Goes all the way through, has a lift up there. Behind the gas, behind the license plate is the gas cap. This does have some damage up top. I'm going to have to fix that. There's a backup camera, but it does not work. I'm going to have to try to get that going. This is where I store the water hoses. Now, I have it locked. In fact, the keys are still in here. So I can't unlock it to show you, but all my water hoses are in there. More storage. Now here is your septic and electricity. I have not tried this on shore power. It did have an adapter plug right here, but this did not have a ground. This is, I believe, 15 to 30, but it's not grounded. I did have one of these. This is a 15, I believe. So, you know, we'll see if that works. Now, the question I have for everybody is, where do you hook up your water? Because I hooked it up here. That's the only place I could find that hooks up water. And it started to fill up the gray tank. I could hear it inside. It was literally filling up the gray tank. The gray tank was completely empty when I started. And I'm like, wait, that can't be right. It's filling up the gray tank. Right there. So, if you could tell me where to hook up water, I would appreciate it, because I have no clue where to hook up the water. I mean, I seriously don't know. The stuff has heat coming down. Here's a light. Don't know if it works. I'll have to check that later. See if everything works when this is running. This outdoor shower does work. I hate these things. I don't even know why they put them out here. But yeah, if y'all could let me know where to hook up the water to this without filling up the gray tank, I would appreciate it. Because we plan on having a water pump and a water well, and I don't want it filling up the gray tank every time I need to turn the water on. Here's two more outdoor plugs right here, an outdoor plug set. Right here is the hot water heater, and right here is the vent for it. This should be a 6-gallon. I don't know if this works. Like I said, I have not tried anything on gas. Oh, come on, close. There we go. I apologize if you can't see. I can't see out here with the phone. This should be the back of the refrigerator. Yep. And bugs on me. Right here is the water pump. I have looked in here and I can't really see anything to hook up water to. I have no idea, unless it's underneath somewhere. Once again, here's the water pump. This has a bypass on it. Now, here's what I wanted to talk to you about. The potable water fill is here. So if you have to sit there and watch your water fill up, you don't need to, you can't, you know, you can if you want to, but you can do it from this side. Because this is the back side of the water tank, right here. Once this is full, your tank is full. This side over here. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that clearly. Yeah, you can see it. And like I said, I have no clue where to hook up water where it's not going to fill up the gray tank. And right here is where you fill up your water, just above the water pump. Right there, water pump. Potable water here. I need to close this. The keys are inside. This is storage. And you can see it goes all the way across with a little hump there. This is storage. And some of these right here are not holding up. I can't remember the name of those. But this is more storage. Now we're getting to the generator. On this RV particular, it has the 7,000 watt. And of course the door wants to open on this. The on Marquee 7000. This does have a start and stop out here, but it is not going to work from out here. This is not running, so there's not enough power. Hear that? Having your batteries or a spare set of batteries that you can hook up to get power to that generator is a must if you're going to be living in this, even camping in this. Now let's go to the front end. You can see I have an extension cord here. It looks like they had a small solar set at one time. Windshield wiper fluid. This will be your coolant. Radiator. Engine oil's up there for checking it. Spider on the battery charger. Get out the battery charger. No, don't go in there. Here's one 6-volt battery. Now the positive hooked up here. Here's the other 6-volt battery. And I have the starter battery up here. Now I do have the negative hooked up here to the starter battery. And positive on the 6-volt. I want to get as much power in all these as possible to get this to start. And I did take this off. This connects here. Let's get this up. This is a 95 Fleetwood Bounder 35U, I believe. The windshield wipers do not work. I will have to rig them. I already figured out a way to get them to work, which is another one of the switches I'm buying. or should I say ordered. Now here's what I'm saying about the windows. You have the 3 oblong windows here, not the small ones. Go back inside, see if this will start up again. Actually, did I have the keys? Yeah, I did have the keys in my pocket. Yep, I sure did. Okay, before I start this up again, I want to talk to you here. This is your headlights. Here's auxiliary start, right here. Now, auxiliary start is if you end up with dead house batteries, or basically, let me get this right. Auxiliary start is if you have a dead starter battery and your vehicle won't start. When you hit auxiliary start, it takes the power from the house batteries to start the vehicle. Okay, got it? Let's start this back up. Now the alternator is good on this. Like I said, the batteries are completely shot on this. And it is just, oh, there's that other set of keys I was looking for. So, if anyone has a Fleetwood Bounder that looks anything like this, please let me know where to hook up the water. And if I found the right place there, let me know how to stop it from going into the gray water tank, because it is filling that tank up. That tank was totally empty when I hooked that up. Now this is a holding tank 2, empty. This has a quarter tank. It literally put a quarter tank of water in there before I figured out it's filling up a tank. Which I don't think the gray water tank should be filling up by hooking up the water. So if I hook that up right, let me know. If there's another place to hook it up, water, so you can, campground or whatever, water hose, whatever, from a water pump, please let me know, because I do not want to fill up my tanks unless I have to. And once again, the fuse box, second fuse box, lift this up, and it's right here in this corner, right there. So, looks like we're getting this, unless something unforeseen happens. Then, if that happens, of course, we'll keep our camper. If we do get this, even with the issues I found and the stuff I have to fix, we will give our camper trailer away. It does still need some work. I will send probably most of the stuff I bought for it. If somebody wants to tear it down and use the frame for like a flat trailer or something like that, that's fine. If they want to fix it up, that's fine. I'll send some stuff with it, like the water line I bought, the new water pump, the new toilet, things like that. Like I said, this is not the way we wanted to get something like this. Yes, we were thinking about, we wanted something bigger that we could stay in, but this is not the way we wanted to get something. I would rather my neighbor be better and not have to gone in the hospital at all than this happened. Even if we're going to be getting an RV out of this, that's not the way we wanted to get something. I would rather him be okay, than us get anything. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. He is going to have to go through physical therapy, some type of rehabilitation, all this other stuff. So, yeah. And then he's going to live with his mother, and I believe she said Michigan, I think. And I am taking care of his dog while he's been in the hospital here, and I'm helping her go through his stuff. In fact, I just listed a computer on Craigslist for free. That was his computer. She had me pull out the hard drives. Had one of them M.5 little flash card things. I pulled all that out. I replaced the hard drive with one I had. I put Tiny 11 on it. It came with Windows 10, but his computer was new enough that it actually would not upgrade to anything from Windows 10 like Windows 7 or XP. There were no drivers. And yes, I hate Windows 10, but Windows 11 is even worse. But I put Windows 11 on it, and she's happy. You know, she can't take it with her. Once he goes through his physical therapy, he's going to live with her. So anything that's left here on the premises, she's going to be charged rent for. If we get this from them, if we buy it, work something out, then the landlord said we could keep it here as long as we got rid of the camper. So, you know, any money we put in the camper is going to be gone, but that's okay. This would help us out. It would help her out. You know, yeah, let's try the generator. This is off. I want you to see something. See that? Nothing. Look at the battery. Nothing. This may not even start because I did that. That is really low for the battery. Okay. Now, once again, you have to have a good battery, or you have to have your vehicle running to get this generator started. Now, this is actually the right amount of fuel. So it is not much below a quarter tank. If this drops below a quarter tank, or it's set so unlevel that it reads below a quarter tank, this generator will not start. Alright, there it is. Like I said, if you have a generator like this with a switch inside and it will not start, you have to get your engine running. You have to get those volts and amps up to be able to get that thing started. And it has to be over a quarter tank. Nothing. If you have switches like this, right here, make sure that it's off. This light doesn't light up, so I can't tell when this is on or off. See that? Even the pump isn't working. This does not have enough power in the batteries to even run the pump. That'll come on, but nothing. Not enough power. Which, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to turn the generator on and make sure that is turned off. Because if not, it will kill the batteries again. And I can't hear it from in here. Yeah, I'm going to have to give this some extra power. So understand that. Let's go back here and check the water pump and make sure this thing stays off. Hear that? This pump was left on to that switch. Alright, this is a walkthrough. I apologize, it's 40 minutes long. Once again, this is a Fleetwood bounder. And if you have a bounder anywhere near this age, please let me know where to hook up the damn water without filling up the gray tank. Because that's what it's doing. Or if you know of a way to shut that off where it doesn't fill up the gray tank, let me know. because I put like a quarter of the tank of just clean water in there, trying to get the water to come through. The water tank does not read. Battery condition. Remember, this has a battery charger on it and gas. Okay, that's it. This has plenty of cabinet space. Not cabinet. Yeah, cabinet space. Some counter space. Not much. Table, bathroom. Let's go over the bathroom again. Let's go the front to back. Cabinets. Cabinets. I know it's a little dark here. I apologize. Cabinet here. There. Here. Cabinet over here on the side. Drawers. Drawer. Come back here. Of course, I already showed this over the table. Bathroom, toilet, sink, shower with a little tub for hanging clothes in here. Drawers, cabinets, drawers, storage under the bed. This does lift up. There's storage under the bed. Your air comes from up here on the roof. And your heat comes from the floor. Right here. Now, as bright as it is outside, and both these doorknobs are screwed up, so they don't work. I have to replace them. As bright as it is outside, it's not so bright in here. In fact, it's also really, really hot in here. But this also has a plug that does not work. Plug here doesn't work. If you have a plug here, try and plug stuff in there and it doesn't work. If you lift this one up, there's a plug right there. At least in this one. Little bitty space here. Probably the size of a medicine cabinet, maybe a little smaller. As far as deep. This side the same way. It's not very deep. This is pretty deep here. Those are pretty deep. These are decent, I believe. Yeah, they're decent. Okay, that is it. I am fixing to go. If you made it through the end of this, I appreciate it. Like I said, if you have a bounder, let me know where to hook up the water without filling up my gray water tank, because I don't get, you know, how to keep that from happening. And that's the only place I've been able to find that looks like water hose will hook up to it. So once again, here's a look at the outside on this side. You see the 3 windows. Front. This side. I'm not going to walk around the back again, but I do need to close this for the generator, if it'll close. There we go. Alright, that is it. I am fixing to go. I did try to look up as much information as I could on this, but there's literally nothing out there. It took me forever to just find a picture of one like this with the 3 windows like that, and not much else. So I believe this is a Fleetwood Bounder 35U. Other than that, that's about as much as I know. But anyway, that is it. And there's a bumblebee flying around me. And thanks for watching. Alright, bye.